Explain like I'm 5. Why do we lose our childhood imagination? When we were children, we used to love running around and just imagining things that weren't there and just having an amazing time, basically. But as we grew up, we stopped doing that, and I'm just here to show you like why, my thoughts on why we stopped. One of the reasons is that we've opened our eyes up to reality, and we now know that we've got limited time on this earth. We need to make money, and we've got the constant fear of death around the corner. We need to make sure we can provide for our families and friends, and it just seems that money and work has taken over our lives. So we also now conform to social norms. Like, for example, as an adult, we wouldn't really run down the super awesome, amazing Cowabunga Death Hill, would we? But as children, that's perfectly acceptable. We'll do that every day. But as an adult, you can't really do it because society's constructed us to feel like we have to act a certain way. And it does make sense. You don't want adults running down hills, screaming yippee, yay, and all that, obviously. But whereas kids, it's normal. So as we grow up, we kind of fit into these social norms and understand that we have a role to fill in the world. We also now care about what people think. I know it's a pretty sensitive subject for some people, but everyone does care about what people think. We aren't as imaginative and creative and outgoing as we would be as children. There's been studies showing that children do not care about anything like to do with what other people think at all. Whereas us adults, as much as you want to say you don't, most people do. I mean, there are ways of getting past it and stuff, but at the end of the day, especially close people, people you like, you act certainly to make them like you more, and that kind of crushes you down a little bit, and you won't come out your shell as much like a kid would. We're also really busy all the time. We've got, like I said before, we've got a limited amount of time on earth. We're constantly looking for ways of making money, and not everyone's like that, but most people are set in their ways. They're going to go to college, university, get a job, retire. Whereas children don't know that. They know the here and now, whereas we're not living in that right now. As adults, we're constantly looking what we're going to do tomorrow, what we're going to do next week, what's our year plan, and stuff like that. That will also contribute to how we act. And it's pretty sad, to be honest with you, but those are the reasons as to why we lose our childhood imagination. I mean, going into this, like, when I started researching it and thinking about it, I didn't think it was that much of a sad topic, but well, I've done it now. It's quite depressing, really. But I mean, some advice I can give is that, like, try your hardest to not care what people think. At the end of the day, if they like you, they like you. If they don't like you, they don't like you. You just need to do what makes you happy, and just make sure you as a person are happy with who you are. So don't act like you should in front of certain people. Just be who you want to be, and that's the only way you can get around it, really. I mean, it happens to everyone. We grow old and we become more boring, some may say, but that doesn't have to happen. Do you know what I mean? You can do what you want. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. Had a good day in that. But on a side note, a husband and wife had to give their twins away due to money problems. One ended up in Spain and the other ended up in India. And the one who landed in India was adopted by two elderly people, and he eventually got named them all. And the one who landed in Spain was adopted by two very rich people, and they named him Juan. So because he was so rich, he could afford to send a photograph of himself to his mum. This is Juan I'm talking about here. So Juan sent a photograph to his mum, and when the mum received it, she was so happy and ecstatic to receive a photo of one of her long-lost twins, and she shouted her husband in and was expressing her love for the picture and just wished she had the picture of her other twin. And the dad turned around and said, "Listen, love, they're twins. Once you've seen Juan, you've seen them all." Hey!